welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much to my subscribers. Welcome newcomers. I hope you like what you see, and if so, be part of this journey with us. We are growing one big family. Thanks to all of yous. And I am so grateful and humbled by your beautiful comments and your uplifting messages. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're going to just touch a few things. So if the video is too fast for you, up top there's 3 little buttons. You can click there, slow down the video to the speed you'd like. Also, you can turn on your CC closed caption. And you can read whatever stitch I call out down here, take notes, pause the video, and you take it from there. It makes it more easier for people that have a hard time to follow YouTube. I also would like to mention that I do have a crochet group on Facebook. It's a private group. I will leave the links below if you want to be part of my group. We're a bunch of beautiful ladies. You're more than welcome as long as you have a profile. There's a lot of scammers going on to the crochet groups right now, and especially with the links that says bit or cut. Don't open those links up. Those are scammers that go through your computer, through your phone, and steal every identity possible from you. So be very careful on that. I also would like to mention, if you'd like to donate to help out the women in need for thread, please do so. Below the video, there's a little bag with a $sign. You can donate there, whatever amount you'd like. Also, in the description box, there's my PayPal account. You can donate there, whatever amount you'd like. Or if you have extra thread and extra yarn, you can contact me through Instagram message, email me. You can contact me through the Facebook group. I also have a Facebook page and TikTok. So there's so many ways you can get a hold of me if you'd like to send out the thread or the yarn to these women that are desperately in need of it. I will send you their name and their address. You're more than welcome to do that, and we're grateful and humbled by it. Thank you so much. So most of the time I use a 3.5 hook, small one to tuck in loose ends, and of course a pair of scissors. And 99.9% of the time I use 4-ply 100% cotton thread. These are Portugal threads. It's equivalent, the same thing as Aunt Lydia, number 3 cotton thread. Okay, just a little tiny little bit thinner, but not by much. So we're going to get started. I want to thank every single one of you again. I also would like to mention at the beginning of my videos, when I first started 2 years ago, I did not know how to call the stitch names in English. So the first couple of dozen of videos, they're not well recorded. First, the app was terrible, so it's half screens, horrible. And because I did not know the name, I would just, explain it my own way that I knew how. And I apologize for that. But if you go through some of those videos and you are creating those pieces, because there's some of you that have been texting me on it and questioning me, please feel free to ask any questions. I am here to help you. Some of them I have recreated, of course, with the proper codes for the stitch calling. Some of them I still have to create. I just haven't had any time for it. But don't hesitate. Question me, and I will answer you ASAP. We're going to get started. Thank you so much, everybody, okay? And, of course, if you have not subscribed, please do so and hit that bell notification for new uploads to be notified of the new videos that I bring out every week, okay? Okay, everyone. So we're going to create today a table runner to match our placemat with the pearls and to match our koshers that I just launched today, our cup koshers. So I will leave everything linked below in the description box if you're interested to create the whole set for your Christmas. I was requested to do a table runner for it. And so I'm going to go along and come up with something as I go. So make sure you always look ahead of the video in case I change plans of something or a mistake is done. I like to be natural at doing these things, especially when I create and design my own patterns. There's not like, a notebook that I take in control and start designing or marking them down. It's in my head. I go with the flow. I let my hands and let God take control and drive me all the way through. Amen to that. So we're going to create it together. I'm going to use for the centerpiece, obviously, I will be using the green and the red and the gold. the shiny gold for the pattern. And I'll use this as a centerpiece because I wanted to bring it out. So I don't just want to create it in green and then add red, or red and add green and gold, because the plate mats and the coasters already have enough of these colors of Christmas. We want something to break it through and stand out the table, right? Because then there's the flower that goes for the napkin holder on top of the placemat. So I'm going to break it down with a tan color. So 4-ply, 100% cotton thread. I'll be using hook size 3. Sometimes I'll alternate 3.5. This is the same thing, very similar, just a tiny bit thinner than Aunt Lydia number 3. A pair of scissors and a small hook to tuck in loose ends. And eventually some beautiful gold beads to match everything else from the placemats. So let's begin. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up on the video. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Hit that bell notification. It helps to grow the channel. And please also share the video on your Facebook public with your friends and family and the world. This is how you help somebody to grow, not just in my channel, but any other channel that you are interested in. It does help us creators a lot. And also, please consider giving donations to the women in need for thread so they can create their pieces and have themselves a Christmas too. Thank you, everybody. I send you much hugs. Let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is that slip stitch knot. And this never counts as a stitch, okay? On any pattern. I don't care what anybody tells you. So chain 1, 2, 3, until we get 41 chain stitch. I'll meet you at my 41 chain stitch. I've done my 41 chain stitch. This will be square, by the way, people, just to make it different than the oval or the long. We'll make it square. I think it's perfect for Christmas. Doesn't matter what kind of table you have. You could have a round table, oval table, square table. It's just perfect. Square goes on anything. Okay, so now we're going to count, not the one on the hook, but the one right after. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. On your 8th chain, we're going to do double crochet. Okay, and this will be a corner. So we have 3 chains because we're going to be jumping. We're going to be skipping 1, 2, and we'll be hooking into the 3rd. So it's the same thing down here. And then 3 chains for double crochet as the side one. And then up here, 2 chain space. So 1, 2. We're going to skip 1, 2 on your 3rd one. This was requested by Alejandra from Mexico. So I want to just give her a shout out in Spanish. Whatever little Spanish I can come up with, but I'm sure I can. By the way, people, in case you don't know, I do speak 5 languages, you know, just for the record of the fun of it, I guess. Okay. So, Alejandra, amiguita, muchas gracias por todo y todos los comentarios que siempre estás haciendo. Y para también hacer parte de mi canal. Muchas gracias por todo. Este table runner para usted. Entonces, porque tú me le pediste, entonces le voy a crear para ti en tu nombre. ¿Ok? Quiere que tú vas a gustar mucho. Y para acompañar todos los otros que tú tienes mirado, que ha hecho unos días, unos pocos días atrás. Y entonces, muchas gracias por todo y te mando muchos bejitos y que Dios te dé muchas bendiciones en tu vida y en tu familia también. ¿Ok, amiguita? Thank you, Alejandra. Sorry about that, people. I just had to. She's so loving. Okay. All right, so let's continue again. So my little Spanish, right? 1, 2, and the third one. Okay, and I know that there is, well, there's all kinds of different cultures, obviously, doing these tutorials. So we're going to skip before I get distracted. 1, 2, always going to your third one until the end. So this first row is very simple. We're just going to create squares like that until the end by skipping 2 and going into the third. So as I was saying, there's quite a bit of different cultures around the world, and that's the whole point of why the channel exists, is to show the world what one piece of string and one hook can do. And there is quite, I know there's some of you, well, most of you are from the States, I know that for a fact. There's quite a few from Australia, and there's some French. Bonjour, mes amis de la France, ou de Montréal, ou de Québec. Bienvenue à mon canal. Je vous remercie beaucoup très grandement pour être là avec moi. C'est très spécial. Merci à tout le monde. Je vous caresse à chacun de vous autres. Okay? And so that's for my French, my French people. Anyway, we're not going to get into all these languages, but a big shout out to all of you around the world. Okay? If I keep going in all the languages that I know, then we have a video itself, right? Okay, so let's continue on. Okay, so I've done my little squares all the way to the end. Now, this is thin as center, right? But we still have to work the edges. So by the time we finish, it's about like 45 centimeters wide. Now, as far as the length goes, we can go as long as we like. We can do 1 meter, 1.5 meters. It's all up to you, because this base is like the simplest base ever. A little child can create it. It's only going to be based on squares, unless you want to do a row of squares and a row of double crochet, a row of squares and a row of double crochet. It's up to you. I'm going to do squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So chain 5 going up. I'm going to turn around. This whole pattern all the way to the end. That's why it's fast, easy, simple, no headaches. Is just building it with squares like that. It's going to go very fast and no headaches whatsoever. So we're just going to continue to do these squares all the way to the length you would like. Always look ahead of the video, because then you'll see if I had added anything else to it in the meantime. But we should be good like this until the end, because the edging is still going to take quite a bit of, work, because we need to finish the edgings like this, and I want to add some pearls and things like that, right? So I'm going to continue mine, and then once I'm happy with the length that I have, like let's say a meter, almost a meter, or you can go 1.5 meters, depending on the size of your table, or smaller. Okay, so basically it's just 2 chain, double crochet, and then 2 chain, and then you get to the end and you do your 5 chain, turn around, and then continue again. So very simple. I'll meet you at the end of mine. Okay, everyone, so I pretty much did 50 rows of the squares. You can go longer to whatever size you like, finish at even numbers. Okay, so I have 50, and now we're going to continue. So I'm going to come into the middle. We've closed in with a slip stitch, so I'm coming into the middle right here, and I'm doing 2 singles, next space, 1, 2 singles, next space, 2 singles. So we're going to do 2 singles per space. Actually, on the edges, I'm going to do on top of the double crochet, just to make sure. So 2 inside of the space, sorry about that. And like I said, I'm I'm doing as I'm going, right? So as I see whatever's best, this is how I create the patterns. So 2 singles inside and 1 on top of the double crochet. I'll meet you at the corner. So I've reached the corner. I've done 1 single, 2 single. Now we have 1, 2 on our 3rd chain here. Go right in it so it can be the corner single, okay? And then 2 more singles again. Yeah. And going to the side, 1, 2, next space, 1, 2, next space, 1, 2, next space. So we're doing 2 singles per space. And again, if I find that it's too, I think it should be good. So we're going to do this. And then when we get to the corner on this side, or 4 corners, we have to do exactly the same thing. 2 double crochets, 2 singles, 1 single right on the 3rd chain on the corner, and 2 more singles. Okay, so I'll meet you at the other corner. Okay, so I've reached the other corner. I've done 1 single, 2 single, and then 1, 2 on my 3rd one, my corner single, and then I'm going to do 2 more singles. So in reality, we have 5 singles in this corner. Now we're at the edge. At the edge, I'm going to do on top of the double crochet and 2 inside. Okay. We're going to repeat this all the way around the same way and do the corners the same way. Okay. So you know, coming to this corner, you have to do the 2 singles, 1 on the 3rd chain, and then 2 more, and then 2 inside of the spaces. Okay, I'll meet you at the end. So we're at the end, remembering that we started with 2 singles. So we have 2 singles more to do here, and 1 here on the 3rd chain, like that. I'm going to cut my thread. I'm going to change color. Okay, everyone, so I'm going to use this copper one, which is going to blend in perfect with the green, red, and gold. So I'm going to come right into the corner where I have that that single right in the chain. And I have to use 2 threads because this is a thinner thread. So I'm going to do single 2 chain and continue to do double crochets. Try to hide my thread here properly. And then double crochet per space. So very simple all the way around, the same way. Just double crochets on each space of the single. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I'm coming in with the green now. Now in the corner we have the 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're coming into the 6th one here, which is the one right on top. And we're going to do a single and 2 chain, next space, double crochet. So I did 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 double crochets. I'm going to add the 10th one on the same space. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain. I'm skipping one and coming into the next one. We're going to do again 10 double crochets, exactly like we have on the placemats. So I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Chain 5, skip one into the next one. We're going to create the 10 double crochets. Now on your 9th one, you're going to add the 10th one on the same space exactly like we did here. Two, 4, 6, 8, 9, and 10th on the same space. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Turn. So we're going to do six chains on the corner. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the 5th one. Whoops, double crochet. And we're going to proceed to do the 10 double crochets. One per space, skip a space. This will be the normal. We had to do the adjustment at the edge because the edge is thinner, right? Not as wide. Now we'll see if we need to make an adjustment when we get to the end. And maybe I should just check now. Okay, you guys, so after doing the 10, I've checked the bottom row to see if I was okay. 2, 4, 6, 8. 9. I'm just gonna add the 10th one because we need to put one either was here or at the edge on the same space to have proper fit. 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip a space into the next one. Now we're going to repeat this all the way to the end, and then getting to the end we're going to do exactly the same thing as we did here on the corner. We're going to skip the 1, 2, 3, 4 and go into the 5th. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone. So remember the first one we did an adjustment here, and then we just did normal. Just get a little bit more. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On your 7th one, do your 10th one on the same space. 2, 3, 4, 5. Because we have to make an adjustment in order for it to fit properly. This one we're going to make the 10th one on the 9th place also. And the last one we'll see. I think it should be normal. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, and on the same one, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip one into the next one. Two, 4, 6, 8, 9. So We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we need to add the 10th one on the same one here. And we're going to do exactly the same thing to the other side. So 6 chain here on the corner. We're going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4 on our 5th one. So we have 9, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. We must do the same thing as we did here. 2 together, the 10th one. It has to follow the same way, okay? So we're going to be adding the last one here also on the other corner. So 10th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip 1. We're going to do the normal regular 10 double crochets until the corner. So here we did not add 2, 3, 4, 5. On this one we're going to add the 10th one on the 9th double crochet. So we can have our group of 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can that be possible? Oh my goodness. I think it was the normal. Was it the normal? No, I had added there. Just give me a second. Okay, everyone. For some reason, it came out perfect. I had to come back and I had to take it out. And I had the right fit. I don't know why. Maybe I overdid double crochets here somewhere. Not sure. Possible. But anyway, it worked out this way for me. So it's all the 10, skipping 1, 5 chain. So you see if it works for you. If it doesn't, then you have to come back and add the 10th one. 3, 4, 5, 6 chain. Skip 1, 2, 3, 4 on your 5th one. And then you proceed again the same way as we did on the other side. So we definitely have going to have to add. So look at this side how you have it. If you have your 2 and then the normal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then on your 6th one we add them together on your 7th one and on your 8th one. Okay, so just look over on the other side to get it right. So I know automatically I will have to add one here because that's what we have on the other side. 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip 1 into the next one. Now, these ones we're not going to add until the last 3 at the end. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, we have how many groups? 1, 2, just count it this way. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 groups. So we have 9 groups of 10. We added the first one. We didn't add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So your 6th, 7th, and 8th was added 2 together. Okay, so we'll do the same thing on the other side. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to make it easier by adding the gold now, because the more we go, it makes it harder for us to do the single stitch on here, but we'll do it now. So you can grab anywhere. Actually, you have to grab it from the back. Okay. So it can stay in the back and we can give it a knot afterwards. So this is very simple. It's just slip stitch all the way to the end. Now make sure your tension is not too tight or it's going to pull too much on the thread. So maybe you ought to use a thicker hook if you're a very tight tension. Use a bigger hook, you know, in order for it not to be pulling, or loosen it up well enough, okay? So basically, just slip stitch all the way through. Very simple, nothing to it. One per space. And I'll meet you at the end. So it's going to give that little sparkling bling bling. I know you can't see that well in camera because my camera is just horrible, but it gives a nice bright little sheer to it, okay? Okay, everyone, so we reached the end. I'm going to pull on my thread. I'm going to turn my pattern, and I'm going to bring the string to the back, right into the next one. Then I'm going to cut. And I'm going to make a knot to it back here with both strings coming through. And just give it 2-3 knots, and then we're going to pass the string through some of the stitches back here. Grab my smaller one. Then you do the same thing on this side. And if you have some glue, you can put a little tip of glue at the edge of the thread here once you're done, so nothing comes apart. Now, if you want to, you could also do the gold onto here. It's optional for you if you want to do it. Just pretty much go anywhere again and go through. Oops, we have to do it from the back. And then just do the same thing as we just did. slip stitch, I think I overdid 2 of them. Try that again. And then just do 1 per space where the single is. And that gives you a whole different look again. Okay. Okay, everyone, so I finished doing pretty much the bling bling on both edges. And I come in with the red. And I'm going to start right on the corner. Now, the corners only is going to have more double crochets than the rest, okay? So I'm going to do a single, 2 chain, and we're going to do 10 double crochets. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're going to skip 1, 2 into the third one with a single. 1, 2, 3, 4 chain. I'm going to skip 1, 2, 3 into the fourth. Actually, we were supposed to do 1 chain here. Sorry about that. One chain, skip 1, 2 into the third single. 1, 2, 3, 4. If your stitch is too loose, do only 3. Go into the fourth one, single, 1 chain. Now here we're going to do 8 double crochets. Only the corners are 10 double crochets. Everywhere else is 8. So I've done my 8, 1 chain, skip 1, 2, going to the third one, 1, 2, 3, 4, skip 1, 2, 3 into the fourth one, and repeat the same thing again. Your 8 double crochets. Only the corners will have 10. Okay, everywhere else will be 8, including the sides. I'll meet you at the end. Okay. Okay, you guys, so we're going to start by the corner one, and I'm going to add some beads to it. Now, I don't have enough gold, so I'm going to use the silver, but you can use the Christmas red, or you can use white. I mean, it's up to you, you know, you have so many options on colors, okay? So I'm only doing beads on corners, not everywhere, okay? So we'll be doing the slip stitch knot. And where we have the 4 chain, we're going to do a single and 1 chain. I'm going to have to change my hook or else it won't fit. You put your bead in. Come into the first double crochet, take out once, and take out everything. Slip stitch, next space, double crochet. Put your bead. Now these are 8mm beads, but the hole in the center, all of them have different sizes, and it doesn't say on the package. Okay, so next space again. So very simple, nothing to it, and only the corners. So you're supposed to have 5 beads on the corners. Okay. Next space, double. Again, take out once, take out again, and slip stitch. So simple, nothing to it. And the last double crochet, we do only 1 double crochet. Sorry for the noise, people. There's construction in the house. Chain, single, chain, and then just do your double crochets, which you can grab back loops only too. I think it will look prettier. I don't know why I was doing that. I think it will look prettier that way. Okay. Doesn't matter if it stayed like this because it's already got the effect of the beads, but I think it will look nicer with the line here. Okay, so that's about it. We're going to continue that all the way to the end. On all 4 corners, we'll add the beads in. Okay, everyone, I'm going to come in with the red to finish off. So I'm going to go right over the single, with a single. Try to hide my thread. I'm going to come in where I have the bead and do double crochet, chain 3, picot, where we have the, I'm going to try to see if I can do it back post on this double crochet here. One, two, three, picot, and then into the bead, double crochet, 3 chain, picot, and then back post in the double crochet alone. Okay, so I'm going to continue like that until here, then I'll show you. Well, it's going to be the same thing. These ones here will be back posts. Okay, so now I'm just going to come directly. I'm not doing a picot here on the last one. Okay, and then I'm coming in back post on the other ones and picot. So very simple, nothing to it. Okay, I'm going to complete doing it. So chain 3 and then back post. So you come from the back to the front. 1, 2, 3, P-cut, and then again from the back to the front. I will have the pictures and a little video at the end in display so you can see what it looks like. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and this creation. Thank you so much, everyone. Please give a thumbs up on the video if you liked it. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so and hit that bell notification to receive the new uploads. Okay, so we do the back post oops, I'm grabbing. Did I grab? Yes. Okay. So this is the last one, and we don't do P-cut. So we go right over the single here with a single. Okay, so I'll see you in the next tutorial. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye.